Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, authorities search for answers following a deadly fire in Great Pond.
Plus, banks are sounding the alarm over remote banking fraud that has grown more and more prevalent.
And some 40,000 Mainers never cashed their pandemic checks. And we'll let you know how you can see if you have any money coming for you.
Good morning.
To you. Sorry.
It's okay. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
Okay, you're done now.
I'm done.
Okay, now I'll speak. I have a bad habit of that. And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have all the day's news coming up. We'll also go fiddleheading, see what people love about fiddleheading.
We're not going.
We're not going, but maybe we'll sample some later. That's my favorite story of the day.
Yep.
But first, a check of the forecast, and it's going to be rather summer-like out there. Temperatures reaching the upper 70s, low 80s today, and that's the way it will be over the next couple of days. We'll see some clouds too, a chance of rain, but overall, not bad at all.
Not too bad. Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All right, let's get into things this morning. We have some areas of dense fog that's greeting us this morning, mainly along the Bar Harbor area, maybe some other localized areas at best as well. Otherwise, most of us looking okay this morning. No advisories in effect across our neck of the woods at this time. Further out towards the north, we have some clouds developing, maybe a few raindrops as well. Otherwise, for us today, we will stay dry under a partly cloudy sky. A lot of the rain right now is moving into parts of Canada, and that will mainly leave us alone, although it might try to clip the northern parts of the state. We'll have to see how that develops moving forward. Meanwhile, more storms developing across parts of Iowa and maybe southern Wisconsin at this time as well. Futurecast moving forward, any fog that's developing will be getting out of here. We'll be partly cloudy today, more clouds tonight, maybe a few rain showers on the way as well coming up during the overnight period. As for the winds, they may increase a little bit today, maybe up to 10 miles per hour sustained. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. So for today, here we go. Lower 80s, a warm one out there, partly cloudy and breezy with that south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures warming into the 70s and 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you very much, Devin. We'll see you later on. A tragic discovery was made in the remains of a terrible house fire in Great Pond. Crews were called to a residence at 23 Old Dam Way around 5 o'clock Monday morning. The first units on the scene reported flames shooting from the building. 2 bodies were later found inside. They were transported to the office of the chief medical examiner, where an autopsy will be performed. Their identities have not been released at this point. The State Fire Marshal's Office and Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit are now investigating the fire and the circumstances leading up to those 2 deaths.
One driver has died and 2 other people are injured following a crash in Winslow. Police say it was just after 5:30 Monday morning when 2 cars sideswiped one another while heading in opposite directions on Route 201 near Taylor Road. 21-year-old Dominic Reed of Waterville was killed in the crash. His passenger and the driver of the other vehicle both suffered minor injuries. A 21-year-old woman was taken to the hospital to be checked out, and the other person didn't require hospitalization. The Maine State Police is now helping with the investigation to determine exactly how it happened.
The owner of several northern Maine funeral homes is now out on bail and facing criminal charges. Harold Lampson was arrested Sunday at his home in Lincoln. He's accused of stealing money from funeral trust funds through his businesses in Lincoln and Millinocket. Police searched his businesses after getting reports from several alleged victims. Last week, the Maine Board of Funeral Services reviewed the complaints against Lampson. He admitted to allegations that included more than 60 violations and also agreed to surrender his license. Lampson got out on bail, and he is due back in court the morning of August 8th.
The Hancock County Sheriff's Department has issued a silver alert for a man from Surrey. Authorities say 84-year-old Franklin McCormick suffers from dementia. He's been missing from his home on Toddy Pond Road since yesterday, and officials hope people will keep their eyes open for him. Officials say he may be driving a silver Toyota RAV4 with Maine plates of 9563KH. He may be wearing jeans and a dark t-shirt and may be headed to West Virginia. However, he doesn't know anyone there. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please call the Hancock County Sheriff's Department at 667-7575.
The days of depositing a check at a bank are slowly disappearing as remote capture is the growing trend. However, some say that has opened the door to an increase in fraudulent activity. Our Grace Blanchard explains.
Banking has gotten much easier as technology progresses. However, nothing comes without a price.
Ever since we started remote deposit capture, we've had the fraud to go right with it.
According to the vice president of Brewer Federal Credit Union, they see remote deposit capture fraud occur at least 4 to 6 times a week. This type of fraud involves criminals manipulating individuals into unknowingly depositing counterfeit checks through mobile banking apps.
Folks maybe have clicked on a link they shouldn't have, allegedly met somebody online, and they're looking to deposit funds into our members' accounts, which aren't real.
Stanhope says they have staff reviewing checks on the front and back end, but there's only so much they can do.
It's a very sad thing when I have to call people to tell them that their account is essentially down to just a savings account.
Local authorities are attributing the rise of technology to the increase in a variety of online scams.
Every step of technology that we advance forward, it just gives scammers another opportunity to come up with a plan to defraud people.
Brewer police say it's important to be proactive when handling money exchanges.
Whenever somebody contacts you asking for large sums of money, it's very good to do this sort of transaction in person. If you're going to go bail someone out of jail, do it in person.
And bank officials say to avoid any links or requests that seem suspicious.
If you feel a little bit weird about something, just don't do it. It's that easy.
In Brewer, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Public Utilities Commission is warning utility customers of a possible scam. According to a statement from the PUC, the caller claims to be from the commission and tells customers they have been overcharged on their last 2 electric bills before offering to send a rebate check. The statement says the caller then asks for the customer's banking or credit card information so the money can be refunded. The PUC stresses they will not contact a customer unless a customer has contacted them to file a complaint. They say never give out personal information and hang up on any calls like this. They recommend calling your utility company directly with any questions and never use a callback number provided by a suspicious caller.
Senator Angus King is one of the many legislators who have sponsored the bipartisan Kids Off Social Media Act. The proposed bill would ban children under the age of 13 from accessing social media platforms and prohibit social media companies from pushing targeted content to users under the age of 17. Medical director for Northern Light Acadia Hospital spoke with us about the act, saying it's a step in the right direction. She cited a study that showed cyberbullying causes a higher increase in suicidal ideation compared to face-to-face bullying.
We also see that they're at increased, significant, elevated risk for things like depressive symptoms and anxiety symptoms as compared to people and kids that have decreased time on social media.
Statement from May 7th, Senator King said, quote, "Our children and grandchildren deserve to grow up without the damaging risks of social media, and this legislation will take meaningful steps to protecting our youth from those impacts." Not that it matters. I think I must agree a little bit, though. The little kids, they do not need to be exposed to that. We worried about it with like my youngest daughter because the other kids, they can be so mean with and you know, you see a lot of it in high school. And anyway, I'll stop there. But
right, yeah, and it's not just kids they know. It's comments on any post.
Kids today are facing pressures that a lot of people just didn't have to not too long ago.
Right. Yeah. Yep, it's a complicated one. The time now is 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the vote is coming up for Maine's official flag design.
And the state may be asking for your input on the final design. We'll have the story, but first another look at that forecast. Today we can expect mostly, we see a lot of sunshine today. We'll see some clouds later on too, with the highs building up around 80 degrees. Tonight, foggy with thunderstorms, lows around the mid-50s. Tomorrow, a chance of showers, an even warmer day, with temperatures reaching around 85. We'll be right back.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
When it comes to automotive and heavy equipment repair, trust the experts at CTI Service Center, located in Old Town and Milford. CTI offers heavy-duty part sales at our Old Town location, as well as on-the-road service with our heavy-duty mobile units. CTI also offers tire sales, including mount and spin balance, as well as Old Town's only heavy-duty alignment system. CTI Service Center diagnoses issues swiftly and accurately. For reliable service and peace of mind, give us a call or visit us online at ctiservicecenter.com. CTI Service Center, simply the best.
There's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%.
Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products.
Try Dawn Power Wash.
The Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub is world-renowned for beautiful dining with a delicious view. Relax, unwind, and enjoy their inviting atmosphere and inspired cuisine from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Experience their Wine Down Wednesdays with half-off bottles of wine. Simply call to make your reservation today. You'll love the tradition of the Lucerne Inn.
On the next Last Man Standing, when Mandy gets jilted,
Travis lied to me?
she decides to get even.
We are going to make the new greatest revenge breakup video of all time.
With a special dish served totally hot.
Boysenberry bliss, as a matter of fact. Cause ain't nothing sweeter than Mandy's pie rack. Pie rack. Ow.
You have done the impossible. You've ruined pie for me.
Last Man Standing.
Weekdays at 3 on Fox 22.
This November, Mainers will be casting their ballot not only for president, Congress, and the legislature, but also whether or not to change the Maine state flag. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard spoke with the Secretary of State's office about the process leading up to November.
There's a vote scheduled for this November for Mainers to go to the polls and choose whether or not they want to keep the current Maine flag or bring back the 1901 flag.
Emily Cook, the Director of Communications for the Maine Secretary of State's office, says while they don't have an approved design currently, they will be asking for input from the public on what exactly the design should look like. It could be as simple as the original 1901 flag or a modern twist incorporating all of the elements included in the law.
We're getting ready to announce what that process is going to be, so your viewers should definitely pay attention for that. But the sort of overall goal is to put out that model flag that the Secretary will approve of in advance of voters getting their ballots for the November election.
Cook adds their timeline for this process is short because while the election is in November, absentee ballots can start to be requested in early October, which means they need to have a finished product before then.
The new law also requires that the Secretary approve a model flag held by the Adjutant General. It's her plan to have that model flag unveiled before voters take to the polls in November so that they know what they're voting on.
There was some debate over the past legislative session, with the bill going before both chambers that would have delayed the vote until 2026, allowing the Secretary of State to form a commission related to designing the flag in 2025.
The bill passed in the legislature on the last day that they were in recently, but the governor, in indicating that she's not moving forward with any of those bills, has effectively vetoed it. So that means that we're on track for a vote this November.
The general election is scheduled for Tuesday, November 5th. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, in other news, York will soon be the first community in Maine to ban plastic utensils. On Saturday, voters approved a ban on plastic utensils, straws, and stir sticks. That ban takes effect next year. About 58% voted in favor of the ban, which a group of high school students came up with. They say it's all about helping to protect the planet, and people saying microplastics threaten our health. Some local businesses say that will also mean an added cost to consumers to replace plasticware with something else.
Paper is anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6 times more than plastic. So that translates into a lot of extra money in terms of the cost of doing business. The paper forks and knives don't do really well, but we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it.
And on plastic utensils in York takes effect May 18th, 2025, exactly 1 year from when voters approved it. York also was the first town in Maine to ban plastic bags in 2015, And of course, there's now a statewide ban on those plastic bags.
Starting next week, the city of Bangor will begin the process of installing new outdoor public restrooms around the city. Earlier this year, the City Council approved $250,000 from the American Rescue Plan Act funds to build 5 public restrooms. The restrooms will be in Cascade Park, Essex Woods, Coe Park, Abbott Square, and Broad Street Park. This comes after community members expressed concerns over the limited number of 24-hour restroom facilities in the area. City officials organized multiple public forums to determine which locations best meet the needs of the community.
This will be the best set to try initially to see how the whole concept works, and ultimately, hopefully we serve a need here in the community that we've heard is something that exists.
According to the city's Director of Parks and Recreation, they have a contractor in place who will service the facilities at least 1 to 2 times a week. They expect maintenance to cost roughly $24,000 annually. The placement of the first restroom at Broad Street Park will begin sometime in the next week, and they expect to have all of them in place by the end of June.
Over 40,000 Mainers are owed money by the state for pandemic relief checks that never got cashed. Henry Beck, the state treasurer, says during the pandemic and immediately following, the legislature approved around $2.3 million in pandemic relief payments. Of those, nearly 40,000, or around 2%, never got cashed, totaling around $19 million.
My office routinely deals with unclaimed property, things like uncashed checks or dormant bank accounts or insurance proceeds. But what the governor and legislature did in this case is they've made sure to immediately send any of these uncashed relief payments to my office now immediately. And so Maine people can check our website and get these payments if they did not receive them or cash them during the first several rounds.
Now, to find out if you're one of the 40,000 people, you can visit MaineUnclaimedProperty.gov. Neither Emma or myself have any money coming to us. We already checked.
No secret money for me.
No. Oh, well.
Okay. Time now is 8:17. After the break, we'll take you to the top of the Big Hill in Orland, where Home Incorporated is facing a growing demand for services, even as the weather continues to warm.
Plus, the latest fireworks from the Trump trial and what Michael Cohen admitted on the stand. All the latest coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Make your boating experience even better with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. One of the best choices you can make to protect your boat and maintain your boating lifestyle. A Shoremaster boat lift makes cleaning your boat easier and provides more convenient access too. Hammond Lumber has all the accessories you need, from lighting packages and canopies to motor systems, including Shoremaster's exclusive Whisper Winch. Take your boating experience to the next level with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
What do heavy rain, extreme heat, and flying lumber all have in common? They're just a few of the things we use to test our replacement windows. At Renewal by Andersen, we put our windows through the worst because your home deserves the best. Renewal by Andersen Acclaim Custom Replacement Windows. Call or visit us online today to get some incredible savings. Affordable financing, too.
Angler's Restaurant in Newport, open daily from 11 to 8. We are your home for fresh seafood. Our specialty is scallops, lobster, fish and chips, and of course, lobster rolls. Now, if seafood is not your preference, we offer fan favorites like cheeseburgers and chicken tenders. Stop by for the atmosphere and stay for the incredible dining experience. Anglers, Maine's family seafood restaurant.
Welcome back, everyone. As we transition into warmer weather, so too do homeless shelters here in our region. Our Doug Banks spoke with an Orland-based shelter about how their services change and what challenges lie ahead.
There's a lot of factors at play as to what causes homelessness.
Homeworkers Organized for More Employment, also known as Home Incorporated, offers multiple services including education, low-income housing, shelter, and more.
We have a food pantry here, and we have a soup kitchen that we're hoping to increase the hours of.
In April, the nonprofit's warming shelter closed, converted into a space for staff and caseworker meetings until colder weather returns.
But we're a flexible organization that would always provide support to somebody who came to us in the way that we can.
But the nonprofit sees a concerning trend every year the weather gets warmer, less people utilizing their services, and instead trying to live outdoors, a tendency that officials say could stall a person's progress towards better health.
When it becomes cold again, those same people may be coming to our door in more of a crisis than they would have been if they had come when it was warmer.
According to Moore, there is currently no one filling the Community Health and Counseling Services path worker position. In other words, someone who goes out and talks with individuals who would benefit from the home's services. Instead, the outreach work falls upon the home to do it themselves.
Us as shelter providers, we have that sense about us already to meet people where they are.
Public and private donations help both alleviate that void and support their numerous programs. Those programs accounted for roughly 70% of homes' expenses in 2023. 3 of those programs have increased considerably since 2021.
When people are able to be at the table together, barriers are broken down, and we can start to work together to find solutions that will help each other.
In Orland, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 8:22. Time to get a full look at our weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All righty, let's get into things this morning. We have some fog that's developing out there. It looks like mainly across parts of Washington County and near Bar Harbor as well. Maybe Rockland as well, but most of us looking okay this morning. You might notice a few localized areas of dense fog at best. Meanwhile, the rest of us looking pretty good out there as we're under a partly cloudy sky. More clouds and the northern parts of the state, maybe a few raindrops as well. They may have to watch for a few raindrops coming up throughout the daytime period today, but otherwise the rest of us looking okay. There's a little bit of shower and thunderstorm action in parts of Canada, and if it rides that path, it might get close to the northern parts of the state. Otherwise, though, across other parts of the country, showers and storms are developing, especially across parts of Iowa, Minnesota, and even into parts of Wisconsin this morning as well. But in our neck of the woods for today, any fog developing, we'll be getting out of here. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. Coming up later on tonight, mostly cloudy, maybe some areas of dense fog again. A few rain showers can't be ruled out either overnight tonight. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder possible as well throughout the day on Wednesday. Sunshine will be mixed in from time to time as well. Well, then Wednesday night looking like we'll clear out of here at least for a little bit before we get a few more chances for precipitation and maybe even some fog opportunities coming up as we head towards Thursday morning as well. So we'll keep an eye on that potential. Otherwise, though, any kind of rain chance for pretty much today in the parts of early Thursday morning looking rather minimal, maybe up to a tenth of maybe 0.1 or 0.15 inches of rain before we're all finished up. But as we head towards Thursday, maybe early Friday, maybe a little bit more in the way of some rainfall in the way as well. So between now and Thursday evening, maybe up to a half inch or 3/4 of an inch of rain before we're all finished up there. Some gusty winds on the way for us today as well, reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. Notice the winds will be backing off later on tonight, but maybe a few gusts on the way as we head towards tomorrow as well. So coming up for today, a nice one out there. Lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy. A few thunderstorms can't be ruled out, with highs in the mid 80s and a southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. More chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday, with highs in the low 80s. Low 80s again for your Friday. Will be dry under a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day on Saturday, with highs in the mid 70s.
If you're worried about fraud or identity theft, enjoy peace of mind knowing that your finances are safe and secure at a Maine credit union. Start protecting yourself today at mainecreditunions.org.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
You could get first time ever 4.99 special financing for 60 months on the legendary 4Runner, which could save you up to $2,000.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
This is the make or break moment.
Oh
my goodness! Not just for the day, but for the years to come. This is where a race isn't just about the race. It's about the doors it can open.
That kid is amazing.
The number of fans wearing your number. This is the chance to carve your name into the history books. This is the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
You couldn't ask for a better group of people when you're working at a credit union.
When I first started out, everyone was super welcoming.
There's a lot of focus with the community.
It builds a really rewarding professional career. It's just a wonderful place to work.
Iranian authorities are trying to determine what caused a helicopter crash that took the life of President Ibrahim Raisi, his foreign minister, and several other officials. Their bodies were found Monday in a mountainous region of the country's northwest. Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Amid dense fog, pieces of a crashed helicopter appear. On board was Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi, the country's foreign minister, and 5 others.
The tail of the helicopter is here. The rest is on that side. We came here under very difficult conditions.
There were no survivors in Sunday's crash near the border with Azerbaijan. The disaster prompting Iran's supreme leader to announce a 5-day mourning period for his country, while plans get underway for new elections within 50 days. There are questions about who will fill the role of Ibrahim Raisi, a man commonly known as the Butcher of Tehran, a former hardline prosecutor with a direct role in ordering the executions of political prisoners in the 1980s. In the interim, Iran's first vice president, Mohammad Mokhbir, a former banker who is considered to be more moderate than Raisi, will run Iran's executive branch.
This is a serious incident for all of us. It is sad and upsetting, but in the interest of the country and our people, we won't have any disruption.
As Iranian leadership assures citizens about the stability of their government, condolences are pouring in from Iran's allies around the world. Today, the U.S. State Department was questioned about the death of Raisi after Deputy U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Robert Wood, was part of a group to stand and honor the late Iranian president.
Does the State Department view that as appropriate, taking part in that kind of observance?
Let me say a few things. One, we have been quite clear that Ibrahim Raisi was a brutal participant in the repression of the Iranian people for nearly 4 decades. That said, we regret any loss of life. We don't want to see anyone die in a helicopter crash.
Today, the director of the International Atomic Energy Agency held a moment of silence for late Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi, an interesting moment given Raisi's prior nuclear expansion for Iran. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Well, now to Donald Trump's unprecedented hush money trial in New York. It could be the last day of testimony ahead of closing arguments. How tensions boiled over yesterday in court and what Trump's defense got star witness Michael Cohen to admit. Well, here's ABC's M. Nguyen with the details.
This morning, Donald Trump set to be back in court for his hush money trial.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It comes after star witness Michael Cohen finished testimony. Trump's defense attorney Todd Blanche fixated on destroying his credibility, getting Cohen to admit he'd stolen $30,000 from the Trump Organization. Blanche's team also calling on two witnesses, including longtime Trump ally Robert Costello, who advised Cohen in the days after Cohen's hotel room and office were raided by the FBI. Costello testifying Cohen was manic at the time, saying, "My life is shattered." Costello said he told Cohen all of his problems would go away if he just told the feds the truth about Trump and the deal with Stormy Daniels. But he said Cohen insisted Trump knew nothing about those payments, that he did this on his own. But the trial quickly devolved into chaos after Costello was heard making comments under his breath, rolling his eyes and calling the proceedings ridiculous. The judge saying, "If you don't like my ruling, you don't give me side-eye and you don't roll your eyes. Do you understand that?" Costello glared at him. "Are you staring me down?" the judge asked.
Don't make yourself a sideshow to what could be a very important message that Michael Cohen lied. He lost that opportunity to a large extent.
Outside the court, Trump calling on the judge to dismiss the case.
But you saw what happened, what just took place in that court, and hopefully the motion to dismiss this trial will go through, because this trial is a disaster for our country.
Costello is testifying again this morning. The trial is expected to wrap up today without former President Trump taking the stand. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor announced Monday he is seeking arrest warrants for several Hamas and Israeli leaders, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. The men stand accused of committing war crimes in Israel and the Gaza Strip. Israel's president calling the ICC's move a one-sided step that emboldens terrorists. And with President Joe Biden
against Israel made by the international Contrary to allegations against Israel made by the International Court of Justice, what's happening is not genocide.
This all comes as anti-war protests continue dominating college campuses here in the U.S., with students at Drexel University in Philadelphia refusing calls to disband their encampment. Drexel University's campus remained on lockdown on Monday, but some classes are resuming in person today.
OpenAI says it is putting a pause on its chat GPT voice that might sound a lot like a popular actress. The artificial intelligence company says it is working to halt one of its 5 new voices called Sky after Scarlett Johansson said it sounds too close to her voice. In a statement, Johansson says the OpenAI CEO asked her if she wanted to voice the system back in September, but she declined. The actress says she was shocked to hear how similar the voice sounded to her own when it was released, and adds that she has hired lawyers to ask OpenAI to take it down. The company says the voice is that of a different professional actress, but it cannot disclose who it is for privacy reasons. Johansson is known for voicing an AI assistant in her movie called Her. I think we'll see more of that as these things develop too.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a contentious one.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, we've all seen fiddleheads, but what leads to Maine's fascination with them?
We'll have that story and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
New Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
With the scrubbing power of Magic Eraser and the cleaning power of Dawn, watch it make soaps come here, disappear.
And sprays can leave grime like that. Ultra Foamy melts it on contact.
Magic.
New Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
I just want to know if I have a crush.
Love is a funny thing.
I'm both threatened and delighted by your brain. She makes me crazy.
That's where it starts.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Today is also National Eat More Fruits and Vegetables Day.
Fruits and veggies are an important part of a healthy diet because they provide nutrients that the body can't always produce on its own. They contain fiber, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. All of these things help protect against diseases like type 2 diabetes, stroke, heart disease, cancer, and high blood pressure. And, you know, I didn't list in there, but inflammation as well. And inflammation is something that folks who experience those ailments oftentimes also experience. And, you know, fruits and veggies are really good at fighting that as well.
Yeah. Listen to your body, too. Sometimes it will tell you what you need. I'll suddenly get a craving for broccoli or something.
Yeah.
I'll eat tons of it for a few days.
Maybe there was a certain nutrient that you were lacking, and that helped fulfill that for you.
You need to do that to stay healthy. It kind of gives you fuel. So if you want to do things like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, that's a good thing.
Right.
I say that because tomorrow about this time, someone we all know is going to be going skydiving in Maine.
I'm doing a story on it, and it's in southwestern Maine, so it's not in any of the closer locations here. There's just a handful in Maine, so I'm traveling there tomorrow because there's a bunch of MIT folks coming up to Maine to skydive, and it's looking like we have a beautiful day for it. And hopefully,
you say you're not nervous, really?
I'm more nervous about getting all my interviews and like scurrying around there with a lot of people and like not having a cameraman. So that's taking up all my anxiety. I'm sure when I'm up in the plane, I'll be like, oh.
Yeah. What am I doing here?
Right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do it. Never brought myself to doing it, though. So.
No, I have a friend who's peer pressured me, and that's how I got the interview. So that's peer pressure helps.
Yeah, in some cases, that's good.
Right.
Well, we can't wait to see the story you produce on that, either later this week or next week.
Hopefully done by Friday. I haven't edited in months either, so I would appreciate people crossing their fingers for me.
Just be safe.
Yeah.
Emma's
I'm not flying the plane, so
yeah. Hopefully you don't have to fly it too.
No, that'd be cool though.
Be good. Be a good story, better story that way.
Yeah.
All right, moving on now to some history. Back in 1881, a woman named Clara Barton founded the American Association of the Red Cross. It, of course, is now called the American Red Cross. In 1908, the first ever American horror movie, silent film, premiered in Chicago. It was the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Love that story.
Yeah, me too. In 1932, Amelia Earhart landed her plane near Londonderry in Northern Ireland after 17 hours of flight, making it the first transatlantic solo flight completed by a woman. She, of course, later came here to Bangor and was like, she took a bunch of people up for flights around here and was trying to expose young women to aviation.
Yeah.
So really led the way there.
Yeah, really cool historical figure.
Yeah.
In 1971, the White Night riots occurred in San Francisco, erupting after a man named Dan White was given a lenient sentence for assassinating the mayor and openly gay elected official Harvey Milk. Also in 1971, Marvin Gaye's 11th album, What's Going On, was released, which has been considered one of the best albums of all time by critic surveys in Rolling Stone, among other magazines. And for another pop culture moment on this day in 1980, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, produced by George Lucas, opened in cinemas in the United States. And similarly, in 1983, David Bowie's Let's Dance single goes #1 on the Billboard. A lot of pop culture moments today.
Yeah.
And also finally, in 2013, Microsoft announced the release of the Xbox One.
It's hard to believe it's only been since then, 10 or 11 years since it came out.
Yeah.
So. All right, for birthdays today, we have actor Judge Reinhold. Remember him? He is 67 years old today. Singer Gautier is 44. He had that one-hit wonder a few years ago. Someone I Used to Know.
And that was more than just a couple years ago, too. Kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
That was around the same time as the Xbox One.
Yeah. Where the heck is Gautier now?
I know.
All right. And also remember Mr. T from the A-Team and the Rocky movies. He is 72 years old today.
Where the heck is Gautier now? That's the quote of the morning. Sorry, I cut you
like
off.
it. It's that kind of song that just sticks in your head, too.
Yeah.
But
Well, now I'm going to have Let's Dance in my head, and I'm happy to have
That's
that
a
one
great
in my
song.
head. Yeah.
All right, time for another look at that forecast.
Yes, sir. It's looking like summer.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All right, let's get into things this morning. We have some areas of dense fog that's greeting us this morning, mainly along the Bar Harbor area, maybe some other localized areas at best as well. Otherwise, most of us looking okay this morning. No advisories in effect across our neck of the woods at this time. Further out towards the north, we have some clouds developing, maybe a few raindrops as well. Otherwise, for us today, we will stay dry under a partly cloudy sky. A lot of the rain right now is moving into parts of Canada, and that will mainly leave us alone, although it might try to clip the northern parts of the state. We'll have to see how that develops moving forward. Meanwhile, more storms developing across parts of Iowa and maybe southern Wisconsin at this time as well. Futurecast moving forward, any fog that's developing will be getting out of here. We'll be partly cloudy today, more clouds tonight, maybe a few rain showers on the way as well coming up during the overnight period. As for the winds, they may increase a little bit today, maybe up to 10 miles per hour sustained. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. So for today, here we go. Lower 80s, a warm one out there, partly cloudy and breezy with that south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures warming into the 70s and 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, every May, Mainers seek out fiddleheads. This green scroll-looking vegetable can often be found at farmers markets, roadside stands, or even at your local grocery store.
But why are fiddleheads so popular? Well, our Jody Hersey went to find out.
I will tell everyone, don't ask me for anything in May because I'm fiddleheading.
From late April until the first week of June is fiddlehead season in Maine. This seasonal delicacy likes to grow in a wet, marshy environment. And people who have lived here all their lives have their favorite picking spot.
I pick above industry line.
Monica Bates of Abbott has been picking fiddleheads since she was a kid. You can find her selling them next to Gifford's Ice Cream on Broadway in Bangor.
So a fiddlehead from the ostrich fern tastes like a combination between an asparagus, spinach, some people can say a little mushroomy. I think they have their own taste.
Not far away on the Odland Road, customers will often see Jean Lazaro selling fiddleheads.
Definitely a lot of customers coming to take advantage of buying them here locally.
Horticulturist Kate Garland says fiddleheads grow in Canada, New England, and even as far away as Tennessee.
Because what we're harvesting is that unfurled frond on a fern, and the growth that happens this time of year is staggering.
Fiddleheads have always been a valuable food source for Indigenous people like Lisa Sakabason and Andrea Sakabason of Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness.
Caring for the earth and the earth caring for you with the abundance of fiddleheads is something pretty special, something that ties us to our Indigenous culture.
We're harvesting sustainably, so we're leaving some for the next generations to be able to harvest.
No matter how you choose to enjoy them, just make sure you don't eat them raw. In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I think we are among those that just love them. I know a lot of people that don't care for them. I like mine with a little bit of butter, maybe a little vinegar on top.
Yep, that my dad does it with vinegar. I just like butter and salt and pepper.
Yeah, so good, so good.
I know. They don't taste like much, but I think it's just a texture thing.
Yeah.
Which they're the
it's
perfect
like asparagus
side.
kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And if you were to make a good sauce for it, they would be a great vessel for something tasty like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to branch out. Okay, right after the break, Tyler Cruz will have our sports updates.
Don't go away.
Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered. Crockett's Excavation takes pride in the fact that our work stands the test of time. Reach out today for a free estimate.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered. Crockett's Excavation takes pride in the fact that our work stands the test of time. Reach out today for a free estimate.
Hi, Eastern Maine. Watch 25 Words or Less with me, Meredith Vieira, weekdays at 9 a.m. after Good Morning Maine on Fox 22.
The Eastern Conference Finals are coming to Boston for the 3rd straight year and the 6th time in the past 8 seasons. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. The Celtics just 4 wins away from an NBA Finals appearance. They now play the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals beginning on Tuesday. The Celtics have been off since last Wednesday after eliminating the Cavs in 5 games in the Eastern Conference semis, whereas Indiana just getting past the New York Knicks on Sunday in 7 games. The Pacers and Celtics have matched up well this year. Indy beat Boston in the in-season tournament back in December, but the Celtics have played on another level this postseason. They don't plan on switching up their mantra at all.
Again, for us, it's always been about just take what the defense gives us, and that's the most important thing, is making sure our spacing's good, making sure our decision-making is good, and making sure we just make the right play, whether that's for a layup, an open shot, or a 3, whatever it may be.
Come out, play each and every possession with the best intentions possible, come ready to fight every single night, every single possession, and I feel like you'll be in a good spot.
Game 1 and 2 of the series are in Boston on Tuesday and Thursday, tip-off at 8 p.m. on ESPN. To the baseball diamond now, Maine baseball dropping their season finale on Saturday, missing out on the America East tournament, but the offseason is now underway, and they have already added 1 local star to join the Black Bears next season. Bangor Christian grad in 2023 Mr. Maine baseball winner Jason Libby has transferred to the University of Maine for next year. Libby spent the first year of his collegiate career with the Southern Maine Community College Seawolves. He had a 2.15 ERA and over 50 1/3 innings, striking out 56 while only walking 17. Good command there. It was his goal to head to a 4-year school after 1 or 2 seasons at the JUCO level. Did it in 1, and he says every Maine athlete's dream is to play in Orono, especially coming from such a small community.
It's amazing. I think every kid that plays sports in Maine grows up wanting to play for their home state. University of Maine, it's a great place to be. It's kind of hard to turn down wanting to play for your home state, the pride that we take in that. So I think that was a big part of the decision. Obviously, growing up in this little community at Bangor Christian, everyone knows me, from winning Mr. Baseball. So everyone's just excited for me, and that's really great.
Libby says he met with pitching coach Scott Heath, who recruited him. He actually threw a complete game the day Heath came to visit. He made it official last week on his campus visit to UMaine. He becomes the 7th Mainer on the roster for Nick Durba, including Old Town's Gabe Gifford and Skowhegan's Tyler Annis. And it's all a part of their mission to keep Maine's best here in Maine.
That's what they mentioned there. They wanted to get the best guys out of Maine, and then from there they'll look out the side of the state. But I think I'm really glad they chose to look at me, and I get the opportunity to play there.
Let's stay with some baseball now. The Red Sox opening up a series with the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday. Rafael Devers looking for his 6th straight game with a homer. Rafi grounded out first time up, 1-0 Sox here in the 4th. He goes the other way with a fastball, and that baby is gone, just clearing the wall and left. 6 straight games with a homer is a franchise record for the Red Sox, and only 6 MLB players have homered in 7 straight, including guys like Mike Trout and Barry Bonds. So he'll be going for that. First pitch is Tuesday at 6:50. Red Sox did win, by the way. Let's go to the softball field now. Herman Hawks taking on Bangor High. First inning is a 1-2-3 inning for Bangor's Taylor Clark. Here she is getting the swinging strikeout to end the frame and head back to the dugout. And then the bottom of the first, very next frame, really good start for the Rams. Eva Coombs hangs on the off-speed pitch perfectly, drives it into right field. Rams opened with 2 straight hits, but Mikkel Verrill would strike out the next 3 batters to get out of the jam. Runner on second next inning for the Rams, but Verrill again hanging cool, makes a nice play here to finish the inning and get in the dugout. Pitchers duel for the first 3 innings, but Addie Waning would blast a homer in the 4th to get the offense going for the Hawks, and then the Herman Bats heat up late. They win it 7-0. Onto the football field now, down in Foxborough. Rookie minicamp has wrapped up, and now mostly the entire Patriots team back at Gillette Stadium on Monday for organized team activities, or OTAs. For the first time in over 20 years, there is no one with a Pats hoodie with the sleeves cut off walking around practice. Bill Belichick not running the show anymore. Rookie head coach Gerard Mayo has shaken off the nerves during rookie minicamps, but is still anxious to put his own fingerprints on the franchise. On the rookie theme, rookie QB and 3rd overall draft pick Drake May is still just 21 years old, but Mayo is really impressed with how the youngster has carried himself and his work ethic.
Yeah, I thought Drake did a great job, not only, progressing on the field, but also off the field. You can already tell, he's going to put in that extra work. I walk by the quarterback meeting room, he's just in there by himself watching film, and those are the things that you want to see, and excited to see his growth going forward.
Good stuff. Thank you, everybody. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Sometimes your work shirt needs to be for more than just work. Like when it needs to be a big, soft shoulder to cry on. Which is why Downy does more to make clothes softer, fresher, and better. Downy, breathe life into your laundry.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can start it with a splash. Hi. With a play date at a park. Or at a party with friends. Or at an epic water balloon fight. Gotcha!
You could get special low 4.75 financing for 60 months on select luxurious all-wheel drive Highlander models, which could save you up to $2,100.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Well, what do we have here? A come down or a comeback? A risk taker or a troublemaker? A lucky run, or that's how it's done. Great job, 5 team. Surprise, surprise, 1, 2, 3, or seen it coming. A trophy hunter or a party crasher? What if it was all that and a whole lot more?
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Based on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
No help needed for Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Their new collab, the song I Had Some Help, debuts at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. It's Posty's 6th #1 and Wallen's 2nd. Malone notably debuted at #1 just a couple of weeks ago with Taylor Swift on her song Fortnite. And Billboard points out that I Had Some Help actually had more official U.S. streams than Fortnite in its first week, 76.4 million versus 76.2 million.
You're my son. I know exactly who you are, and don't you ever be sorry for it.
The cast of Yellowstone saddling up once again. Paramount says filming on the second half of the 5th and final season of the super popular Western drama is underway. The involvement of its lead star, though, Kevin Costner, still unknown. Fans were shocked when it was announced that Costner's character, John Dutton, would be written off and he wouldn't appear in the final episodes, though Costner has said he wants to return. The show is supposed to return to Paramount Plus later this year. The stunts are coming to your living room today. The Fall Guy, now available for streaming rental. The action comedy starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt opened in theaters just 3 weeks ago.
I think what we have here is a pretty classic generational misunderstanding.
And Hacks, star Hannah Einbinder with a birthday. The two-time Emmy nominee is 29 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And we're back on. It's time to send things over to Devin for another check of that forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success. Sign up for spring and summer courses now. All righty, let's get into things this morning. We have some fog that's developing out there. It looks like mainly across parts of Washington County and near Bar Harbor as well. Maybe Rockland as well, but most of us looking okay this morning. You might notice a few localized areas of dense fog at best. Meanwhile, the rest of us looking pretty good out there as we're under a partly cloudy sky, more clouds and the northern parts of the state, maybe a few raindrops as well. They may have to watch for a few raindrops coming up throughout the daytime period today, but otherwise the rest of us looking okay. There's a little bit of shower and thunderstorm action in parts of Canada, and if it rides that path, it might get close to the northern parts of the state. Otherwise, though, across other parts of the country, showers and storms are developing, especially across parts of Iowa, Minnesota, and even into parts of Wisconsin this morning as well. But in our neck of the woods for today, any fog developing, we'll be getting out of here. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. Coming up later on tonight, mostly cloudy, maybe some areas of dense fog again. A few rain showers can't be ruled out either overnight tonight. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder possible as well throughout the day on Wednesday. Sunshine will be mixed in from time to time as well. Well, then Wednesday night looking like we'll clear out of here at least for a little bit before we get a few more chances for precipitation and maybe even some fog opportunities coming up as we head towards Thursday morning as well. So we'll keep an eye on that potential. Otherwise, though, any kind of rain chance for pretty much today in the parts of early Thursday morning looking rather minimal, maybe up to a tenth of maybe 0.1 or 0.15 inches of rain before we're all finished up. But as we head towards Thursday, maybe early Friday, maybe a little bit more in the way of some rainfall in the way as well. So between now and Thursday evening, maybe up to a half inch or 3/4 of an inch of rain before we're all finished up there. Some gusty winds on the way for us today as well, reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour at times. Notice the winds will be backing off later on tonight, but maybe a few gusts on the way as we head towards tomorrow as well. So coming up for today, a nice one out there, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, middle 50s, mostly cloudy, a few showers can't be ruled out, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a few thunderstorms can't be ruled out, with highs in the mid 80s and a southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Washington County Community College. More chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday, with highs in the low 80s. Low 80s again for your Friday. Will be dry under a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day on Saturday, with highs in the mid 70s.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously.
Get 2 sausage McMuffin with egg or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits for $4.50.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
You know what today is? It's Tuesday. But no matter what day of the week, Lowry & Associates is your go-to law firm. If you've been hurt, call us right now.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
With Cascade Platinum Plus, I have upped my dish game.
Oh, and see, in that dishwasher.
Watch me.
Platinum Plus gives you the highest standard of clean, even in your machine.
Clean enough for you?
Yeah.
Scrape, load, done. Cascade Platinum Plus.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early,
Here's your answer.
Kick your morning routine into high gear with any sized iced coffee for just $1.99.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You don't need to take a double take. You're looking now at dozens of four-legged surfers taking part in the annual European Dog Surfing Championship. Baloo and Ghost, a pair of Weimaranders, confidently shredded up the waves on a beach in northern Spain. Chocolate-colored red Labrador Koa and her owner ended up claiming the winner's crown in that third annual championship. The event has a serious aim as well to promote dog adoptions and to discourage pet abandonment by showing people a fun way to bond with your dog.
They surf better than I do.
Yeah, they look like they're having a blast,
Really
too.
good, yeah. All right, looks like we're about out of time. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com.
Good luck skydiving.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.